games, video games. I like to collect video games, video games, video games. I like to collect video games.
Yo, welcome back. I'm James with PlayStation Ain't Dead, back with another pickups video. My pickups for June 2025. Let's get it. Yeah, it's another 30 something games here, so I'll go through them. Talk about them. You'll see some gameplay of these games. If you haven't seen these videos before, I'm going for a full PS5 set, so come along my journey and follow me. Also, if you're looking to get into PS5 collecting or looking for additional games that you might not have heard of, definitely check these videos out, because I'm not just getting, there's gonna be a lot of like indie stuff here that you're not gonna see versus the AAA stuff. So yeah, that's what you'll get here. But before I kind of get into the games, I'll kind of get some of the bigger stuff out the way. And just like this one here, probably one of the most anticipated games of this year, or this month, the world. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. This is the controller for it. Pretty basic in my opinion. I mean, especially compared to the PS4 Death Stranding controller. That one I thought was pretty dope. It had that like pea yellow color. So definitely, I wish they kind of almost did something like that. And hell, bring out some neon clear colors for the DualSense for the PS5. Maybe I should stop. Maybe they shouldn't, because I'm going for DualSense collection as well too. So maybe not. Sony. But yeah, I got that one, added that to the collection. I think there's probably one more they announced that's coming out, which is the Astrobot. Like, they changed the face in it, so that's really the difference between that one. So I'll be getting that one soon. I'm sure there'll be some more announcements later down the road. But as far as bigger stuff, that, and then this one. So I showed this game. I picked this game up. It might have been maybe last year or something like that when this came out. But this is called Outer Worlds, Astrological Edition here. So I got this game, the retail version of it. There was a big mix-up with I Am 8-Bit with this game. So if you originally got this game, they had a mix-up. The DLC, I can't think of the name of the DLC, but it wasn't on the disc. There was a mix-up. People noticed it right away. So they came out with a thing saying, if you got this copy, you can get email them. They'll give you a code to get the DLC. Or if you want it physically on the disc, send your copy back and they'll send you the correct copy. So they reprinted the copy with all the DLC on the disc. This is going to be probably the more harder one to find. So the covers look the same. If you're looking at them like that, looks identical. Backs look identical. The codes are a little bit different on the spines, but the real big tail is on the one that doesn't have the DLC on the disc. On this black thing above the barcode, it says I Am 8-Bit. But if you get the one with the DLC on the disc, when it got reprinted, it says PlayStation.com. So if you're out there looking and you want everything on the disc like it should be, get the one that says PlayStation.com above the barcode. That's how you know you get everything on there. But when I ended up finding that, it came with like a bundle, so it came with this and the album. So yeah, so I got the album as well with it. Probably will not listen to it, but I really just wanted to get it because of the game. I missed out on that, and I want everything on the disc. If it could be on the disc, put it on the disc. I don't like the whole DLC stuff. It's just monotonous, I think, at this point. Put it on there. Stop being lazy, companies. But yeah, we'll get into the games here, and without further ado, let's jump into it. And first up, sticking with the theme of Death Stranding, we got Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Probably one of the most anticipated games of the year, of this month, at least for PlayStation. But yeah, Kojima's back again. You got Sam trying to restore humanity across the world. This one definitely has a lot more action and things to it compared to the first one. Been playing it, love it. Graphically, it looks amazing. And it has a nice recap too. So like, if you don't remember what happened in the first one, it gives you kind of a recap to kind of jog your memory to remember what happened. So definitely one to check out. I highly recommend this one. Next up, we got Street Fighter 6 Years 1 and 2 Fighters Edition. This one includes, so it obviously includes Street Fighter 6, but it includes the character pass for Years 1 and 2, and it includes the stages and colors, things like that. So you got 25 or 26 characters that you can fight with in this game. Street Fighter is not my fighting game. Mine's Mortal Kombat, always will be. They just announced kind of some of the people that are going to be coming up in the live action Street Fighter movie, so I'll see how that turns out. But yeah, if you're a Street Fighter fan, you might already have this on your radar. If you haven't picked this one up yet, this will probably be the copy to get, just because it comes with Street Fighter 6 plus the extra DLC too. Unfortunately, the DLC is on a code, so yeah. Now, sticking on the theme of fighting games, we got Two Strikes. This one, you know, if you're a fan of like 2D combat, this one has like a nice hand-drawn animations where like each battle is either really decided by 1 or 2 hits. But this is all like base as far as the atmosphere is in ancient Japan. So if this something looks up your alley, definitely check this one out. I will be hopping onto this one soon, but it looks really cool. Next up, we have Robo Quest. This was done by Strictly Limited Games. This is like it's a roguelike first-person shooter. It kind of reminds me of like Doom mixed with Borderlands as far as how the gameplay plays and how how it looks as well. So if any of those two games kind of catch your eye, this might be something up your alley. But definitely give it a shot. Kimco RPG Selection Volume 1. I have a few of these. There's been a lot of these coming out in Japan. This is the first one here in the States that we got. But I mean, what's to say about these Kimco games? We kind of all know what they're about. A lot of RPG games. Typically Limited to Run does these ones, but they didn't do it with this one. This one, I mean, for the value, you get 4 games, especially if you're big in RPGs. But this one comes with As Divine Hearts, Revenant Saga, Antiquities Lost, and Dragon Sinker. So RPG and Kimco is in your repertoire. Definitely grab this one. Next up, we got Bendy and the Ink Machine. I originally had this one for the Switch back in the day. Now we got a PS5 version of it, which I love, but I think that's kind of to pump up the new one coming out in September, I believe. September or August, I think, with Dark Revival. So kind of get you prepared. They brought out the physical of Bendy and the Ink Machine for the PS5. It's a first-person survival puzzle horror game. So if that's up your alley, definitely give this one a go. It has some kind of twists and turns, spooky, all that fun stuff. So definitely one to put on your radar if you haven't played it. Next one we got is Star Overdrive. Now this one kind of reminds me of a mix between like Zelda mixed with a little bit of Horizon, just the way the atmosphere and the gameplay is. But you play as this guy that was on this weird planet, but you have this hoverboard that you just kind of fly through the whole area. But you have to do puzzles, fight some guy. The combat at first is not nothing too crazy. I think it could be a little bit better personally, but I think it gets probably a little bit better as you play through and kind of upgrade your hoverboard and weapons and things like that. So pretty cool. You kind of do tricks. Think of it like a Tony Hawk pro skater with the tricks and stuff that you can do with the hoverboard. So definitely one to kind of check out. Keep your eye out for it. Next one up, yes, a PS4 game. Unmetal. What to say about this game, man? This is crazy. I actually played this on the Switch, and one thing that I don't like about the Switch is that it doesn't have trophies. So I ended up finding out that it was on the PS4. Absolutely love the game. It's a kind of a take on like Metal Gear Solid, but like there's some funny aspects to it. So you're this guy that gets captured, and he's like, you're playing the game as he's telling the story to the people that are interrogating him and how he escapes and things like that. And there's a lot of funny things happen. Definitely recommend it. You got to play it. I wish this came on PS5. I don't know, but obviously the graphics are not outstanding by anything, but just like I don't like the PS4 blue. I'm at the point where like I think I have so many PS5 games that I hate the PS4 Blue now. So anyway, as a side note, but check out Unmetal. Definitely recommend. Next up, we got the Thing Remastered Deluxe Edition. I gotta get my big box deluxe editions, but the Thing, man, it came out in 02. They obviously remastered it, and this serves as like the sequel to the 1982 movie. And what I think they should have done, especially with the deluxe edition, is just incorporate the Blu-ray into this version as well. I think that would have been awesome, because then you got the movie you could watch and then play the game. But yeah, they didn't do it. But this is a survival horror action game shooter, so obviously the graphics are enhanced, things like that. But a lot of people loved this game back in the day, so they remastered it. And I've heard only good things about the remastered, so definitely can't wait to check this one out. Next up, Choo Charles, or as I like to call it, Poo Poo Charles. I mean, the game's not shit, but like, I went into it thinking it was gonna be a lot better than it was. It's 2025. I need NPCs to have their mouth moving when they're talking to me. I don't know, but I will give them some grace. Apparently this was developed by one person, so if so, obviously things to work on in the future. But I don't know, this game, like the cover had me at the cover. You're on this train that you're traveling around this whole territory doing missions, but you got Charles, that's this evil spider train chasing you. You don't know when you'll pop out. So I've only encountered Charles once during my playthrough of it, so I don't know how often he shows up, but give it a shot. The game was only $30 retail as of recording this. I think I did see it at Best Buy for $20, so it might be worth $20 to go check it out. Another horror game to add to the collection. But yeah, Choo Charles. Next up, it's Morphin Time, y'all. Say it with me. Double dipping leads to filthy flipping. No, I did double dip on this one. Big fan of. I grew up on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so I had to get this one. This game is awesome. It's dope. This one's Rita's Rewind. It looked like just like a traditional beat 'em up compared to like the Super NES game, but this one has just so much more to it. You play as you fight in the Megazord. You're on the bikes, so it kind of changes it up. It just doesn't get monotonous when just with a regular beat 'em up. But highly recommend this one. That's why I had to double dip and get the standard and the deluxe version. Next up, Chronicles of the Wolf. This, some might say, might be a spiritual successor of the Castlevanias, in the same vein of that. Heard really good things about this. This is obviously like Castlevania, but like it also has a kind of an appearance from the guy from Bloodstained as well too. So if you're a fan of like the Metrovania, Castlevania type games, this one would probably be up your alley. Obviously, if you want something challenging, fast-paced, all that kind of stuff with some deep storytelling, this might be something up your alley. Check it out. And there's also a limited edition coming soon, so if you get the game and you really enjoy it, be on the lookout for a limited edition of this version. Now, I always say there's no video without a Red Arts game, and these next few releases are from Red Arts. These were, I ordered about 5 or 6 of these about a year or so ago because they had some crazy sale that I couldn't pass up, so I had to wait for them to all be done before they all got shipped. But Spellcaster University, think of it like, Hogwarts Legacy simulator. In a way, you're kind of building up this university of like wizards and things like that. So, that's something up your alley. You might want to check that one out. Next one in the Red Arts game section is Oaken. This is a tactical turn-based card deck building game. The cover looks cool. Not my type of game per se, but I'm glad to definitely add it to the collection. But if you're into like the turn-based stuff with the card deck building stuff, give it a shot and check this one out. The next Red Art games is Jubilee. This is a precision platforming type of game. One of those, you have to like hit it at the right spot platformers. Otherwise, you just fall through the level. It's kind of like one of those. So it looks cool. Just watching some gameplay, you'll see some gameplay here. It looks pretty decent. Definitely a little bit better than the last Red Art games that I showed. But yeah, it looks cool. If this looks like something that you'd want to play, definitely check it out. It's on, I think it's on sale and it's fairly cheap digitally, but always go for the physical. Next one up, Prominade. This one is pretty cool. This is a 3D platformer that you have to, you're exploring, going through different levels, solving puzzles, going through like different dungeons, things like that. Races, all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's not just your traditional like 3D platformer, but it adds different. The puzzles in the game help make the game unique to what it is, and kind of stands out. So this would be something I would definitely check out. Heard really good things about this one. Check it out. Yeah, Promenade. Shotgun King, the final checkmate. I have no idea how to play chess, checkers, anything like that, but you add shotguns to it, and it's a game. Hopefully an even better game than the traditional chess and checkers. But yeah, if you're a fan of those type of games, add a little excitement to it and add a shotgun to your men. And the last Red Art games for this video is Born of Bread. This is a turn-based RPG adventure where you're playing as a loaf of bread, and where you're going through different regions and areas to unlock certain things and helping characters. This is really kind of like Paper Mario, so you kind of get that vibe of a Paper Mario. If you kind of know how that plays, it's going to play really the same way, just you're not Mario, you're a loaf of bread. Next up, this is 8-Bit Adventures 2, done by Limited Run. This is like tier core NES game, down to the gameplay, the RPG turn-based stuff, down to like the music of it. So if you're a fan of like that golden era of RPG-ness, this would probably be definitely up your alley. This is like traditional NES, to its core. Next up is, man, oh man, Mind's Eye. Is this the Concord of this year? Is this the Cyberpunk of this year's game? I don't know. It's crazy. I had so much hope for this one, and like I probably still will play it. My thought was, obviously the reviews came out bad. I plan on playing it maybe after a few updates go by, because the trailers and everything look amazing. But obviously it was underwhelming. I mean, it dipped in price, I think, pretty quickly after it dropped. But this is, you play as this Jacob character. He's kind of fitted for this Mind's Eye program, and he's trying to uncover answers or find out what's going on as like this AI is taking over, everything, and searching for answers. But it looks decent. Like the trailers, that like I was hyped for this one as well. This coming out this month, and reviews is shitted on it, unfortunately, but I probably will jump into it at some point, maybe after a few updates go by, and then get into it. But let me know if you played this one. What'd you think? Next one we have Cyber Citizen Shockman Collection. This was put out by Limited Run, and if you pre-ordered it, it came with this nice slipcover. I'm a sucker for slips, so I can't pass that up. But this is in the slipcover looks like in TurboGrafx game, but this is a collection of actually not first four, but yeah, Shockman 1, 2, 3, and 0, and it's all on disc obviously. But this is like, if you're a fan of like Mega Man, you might be kind of into this one. So you're gonna go through the different levels, pick up the health boost, things like that, killing robotic aliens and all that stuff. What I do like about these like older games that they're putting on newer stuff is, you have that rewind forward feature. So some of those games are hard to sell, so you die, where now if you die you can kind of rewind it and fix your mistakes. So but yeah, if there's something that piques your interest, definitely give it a shot. Next up, Bit Trip Rerunner. The runner is back, y'all. This is number 136 from Limited Run. And if you haven't played any of these games, these are just kind of fun, mindless games where you're running through levels, jumping, sliding, shooting, things like that. Very, very fun game. This one also includes Runner Maker too, so you can kind of create your own levels. Kind of like, if you think of it like Mario Maker, things like that. It's kind of like that, but a lot of rhythmic fun, mindless fun. If you just want something to kind of throw in and not have to like do certain things or worried about a certain story, things like that, definitely pop in Bit Trip Rerunner. Next up is Finding Frankie. Are you even having a complete breakfast if you're not eating your Frankie flakes? Like, come on now. No, but this is, I just love the packaging the presentation that they had with this game. This is, comes with this is the winning edition, but it comes with the nice like slip sleeve cover, which I love, and it also comes with a poster and an invitation to the show. This, you're playing in this game show that you're parkouring, but things can have make a turn for worse, and you're running from these horror characters, things like that, trying to get away. So yeah, a very cool concept. Definitely recommend. Check this one out. Next up, Hibroia. Looky here. I got this game about a year ago, and I didn't see any other game about it, didn't hear any information about it. As far as I knew, I was the only person that had the game that I could see. But it finally got released. Laststandmedia.store is where you can get this copy from. I wasn't going to get it just because I already had the game, but it came with a nice special edition, so it comes with like the NES and style outer box. This does come with the game booklet, some cards, a hand number certificate, sticker sheets, and all that fun stuff. But definitely love their presentation. If you haven't played this one, this is a shmup, so nice space shooter. This came out on Vita as well, and then they made a second one too. So if you're a fan of shmups, definitely check this out. There's only like 2,000 of these made. Not for sure how many are left, but the only place that you can get it is from that laststandmedia.store website. So check it out. Next up is Commando Origins. This is a real-time strategy game, and I'm not a big fan of those type of games, but this one does look interesting, where you're kind of going around infiltrating the different missions and things like that with your characters. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a fan of real-time strategy games, but if that's something that piques your interest, this is the deluxe edition, so it comes with legacy skins and a digital calendar and soundtrack and things like that. So let me know if you play this one. Is it something cool to get into? Is it fun? Or what is a good real-time strategy game to check out if I was looking to get into one? Let me know. The next one here, Rebel Transmutes. This originally was a Kickstarter that got funded, so shouts out, congratulations on that. We got a physical for it, so can't be mad at that. But this is Metroid. I mean, Nintendo has Metroid, PlayStation doesn't have it, so this is our Metroid. And you can definitely see like they got their inspiration from Super Metroid, any of the Metroid games. This is you play as this girl here that is looking for her long lost mother, and I mean the levels, how it looks, you can see from the aliens to the design of certain things, you can see where they got the inspiration from. But this is something that looks interesting. You definitely check it out. Or if you're just a fan of Metroid, I definitely highly recommend it. Next one up here is the Smurftastic Collection. Now you get 3 games in one. They're all on disc, which is great. All these games came out originally by themselves, so now we get all 3 of them on one disc. Literally, I think this is just kind of hype before the movie that's getting ready to pop out. So, but yeah, these are actually pretty fun games. This one includes Smurf Mission Relief, Smurfs 2, and Smurfs Cards. So if you're a fan of just Smurfs in general, or want to try something that just chill, fun, platforming, definitely give this one a try. Next one here is Ryu Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army. And this is a remaster of the 2006 PS2 game, off the same name. This is in the Shimagai Tensei, however you say it, universe. But I've never played any of these games. I just wasn't a big fan of RPGs growing up, but I know there's a huge fan base behind it, so I'm sure you knew or had this on your radar and probably already have it if you're a fan of it. If you're not, get it while it's fairly cheap. I think it's $50. Yay! Another train game, Railroads Online Pioneer Edition. Yeah, it's yeah. Next one here is Cyber Shadow. This is done or put out by Super Rare Games. This is the number 15th out of their PS5 collections, and they all do some quality work, but this had a pretty small print run. I believe it is sold out on their website, but if you want to get it, they had it for Switch as well too. I think that's sold out. Obviously, if you want to play, you can try to get it digitally or secondhand market, but this is like a Metroid Gaiden-vania type game. I've heard really good things about it. It's highly recommended, so I'm going to do the same and recommend it as well. I need to jump into it at some point, but yeah, if you're a fan of just Ninja Gaiden, this is going to be kind of up that alley, especially with the sprite work they have here. Next one up is Steel Seed. This one is very dope. It's a third-party action adventure game where you're this robot Zoe and you're going through just killing people with your sword. Very, very cool. Atmosphere is very dope. The gameplay is very fun. Comes with some goodies, and if you get the physical, it's still available. Highly recommend this one. Definitely check out the gameplay on this one. This is just cool, just something different, done by Perk Game, which is usually they put a lot of VR stuff too. So I don't know if they're getting away from it or we're just not putting enough VR stuff out there. So, but yeah, definitely check this one out. Steel Seed. And last but not least is Gal Guardians Servants of the Dark. This one, it's a Metroidvania. There's another one. I want to say it's Demon Purge, probably on the PS5 as well. I didn't get into this one, but I jumped in this one just because I was curious about it. This was fun. This is, like I said, Metroidvania, but you play as Karika and Masha, I want to say, is her name. But two different characters, and you can play either solo or co-op, but you can kind of switch between the two. If you play solo, you can switch between the two demons, and just their special attacks. The gameplay is super cool. If you haven't played, I don't think you need to play Demon Purge in order to get into this one, but these are some, I want to say this is part of another series. I can't think of it. It might be Gal Guardians. Just that, but I feel like it's a different name too. I could be wrong, but yeah, very, very fun game. Definitely give this one a shot. And that is it, y'all. I appreciate you tuning in for the latest and last pickups for June 2025. I'm James with PlayStation Ain't Dead. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what was your favorites out of this pickups, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.